Welcome to Framework, the podcast that makes the NIST cybersecurity framework practical, engaging, and accessible. Whether you're a cybersecurity professional, business leader, or simply curious about how organizations defend against cyber threats, this series is for you. This podcast is inspired by a comprehensive guide to the NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0, a best-selling resource written by cybersecurity expert Dr. Jason Edwards and trusted by professionals worldwide. In each episode, we'll leverage a few insights from Jason's extensive book to dive deep into CSF 2.0, unpacking every function, category, and subcategory with real-world applications you can immediately use. If you're enjoying this episode and want to learn more, head over to cyberauthor.me to grab your copy of the book and access additional resources to enhance your cybersecurity journey. You can also visit baremetalcyber.com, where over 2 million people last year explored expert insights, articles, and practical tools across a wide range of cybersecurity topics. DE.AE-08, declaring incidents based on criteria. DE.AE-08 ensures that organizations establish clear and structured criteria for declaring cybersecurity incidents, enabling rapid response, effective escalation, and consistent incident classification. This subcategory belongs to the detect function within the National Institute of Standards and Technology Cybersecurity Framework, version 2.0, emphasizing that standardized incident declaration processes ensure that security teams correctly assess and classify cyber threats, reducing uncertainty and improving response coordination. Without well-defined incident declaration criteria, organizations risk misclassifying security threats, delaying containment efforts, and failing to escalate incidents to the appropriate teams or authorities in a timely manner. By implementing structured incident declaration criteria, organizations ensure that security events, such as malware infections, unauthorized access attempts, data breaches, and denial of service attacks, are evaluated against predefined thresholds to determine whether they qualify as security incidents requiring formal response actions. A well-defined incident declaration framework enables organizations to prioritize threats based on severity, automate incident escalation workflows, and align cybersecurity response efforts with business continuity and risk management strategies. Organizations that adopt automated incident classification tools, enforce structured security event triage, and integrate incident declaration policies with regulatory compliance requirements improve their ability to detect, contain, and mitigate cyber threats with precision and efficiency. Multiple stakeholders play a role in declaring cybersecurity incidents based on predefined criteria. Security Operations Center (SOC) analysts and incident response teams are responsible for monitoring security alerts, assessing their severity, and determining whether they meet the threshold for incident declaration. Risk management professionals and compliance officers ensure that incident declaration policies align with regulatory requirements, ensuring that legal and industry-specific reporting obligations are met. Executive leadership and crisis management teams play a critical role in coordinating high-severity incident declarations, ensuring that cybersecurity incidents with business continuity implications are escalated to decision-makers promptly. Effective incident declaration is implemented through structured incident classification, automated severity assessment, and predefined escalation procedures. This includes using security information and event management (SIEM) systems to analyze security events, integrating machine learning-driven anomaly detection to assess threat severity, and defining response workflows that categorize security incidents based on business impact. Organizations that fail to implement structured incident declaration workflows risk underestimating security threats, misallocating resources during incident response, and failing to comply with cybersecurity incident reporting mandates. Several key terms define incident declaration and its role in cybersecurity governance. Incident classification framework ensures that organizations define standardized categories for security incidents, distinguishing between minor events, critical security breaches, and regulatory reportable incidents. Severity level assignment ensures that organizations assess the impact of security incidents using predefined criteria, such as financial losses, data exposure, or system downtime. Automated incident escalation ensures that organizations use predefined workflows to notify the appropriate response teams based on the severity and type of the incident. Regulatory incident reporting ensures that organizations comply with industry-specific and legal requirements for disclosing security incidents. Business continuity impact analysis ensures that organizations evaluate how cybersecurity incidents affect critical business functions, guiding incident response prioritization. Challenges in declaring cybersecurity incidents based on structured criteria often lead to inconsistent incident response, missed security threats, and regulatory noncompliance. One common issue is lack of clear incident classification policies, where organizations fail to define formal criteria for identifying and escalating security incidents, leading to delays in containment and remediation. Another issue is over or under classification of security events, where organizations misjudge the severity of cyber threats, either escalating low-risk events unnecessarily or failing to escalate critical security incidents until significant damage has occurred. Some organizations mistakenly believe that incident declaration should only apply to confirmed cyber attacks without recognizing that proactively identifying and escalating suspicious activity can prevent full-scale security breach. When organizations implement structured incident declaration frameworks, they enhance cybersecurity response efficiency, improve incident escalation accuracy, and strengthen their ability to mitigate business disruptions caused by cyber threats. A structured incident declaration model ensures that cybersecurity teams consistently assess security events, business leadership supports incident prioritization based on risk exposure, and IT security teams integrate automated incident classification into security monitoring operations. Organizations that adopt AI-driven incident severity assessment enforce structured cybersecurity incident triage methodologies and deploy continuous security event validation mechanisms, develop a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy that strengthens resilience against evolving cyber threats. Organizations that fail to establish structured criteria for declaring incidents face significant security, operational, and regulatory risks. Without clear incident declaration guidelines, businesses risk delayed response actions, failure to escalate critical security events, and non-compliance with regulatory requirements that mandate timely incident disclosure. A common issue is inconsistent incident classification, where organizations lack standardized thresholds for defining security incidents, leading to confusion among security teams and ineffective response coordination. Another major challenge is failure to escalate security threats appropriately, where organizations treat critical cyber incidents as low-priority events, allowing attackers to exploit vulnerabilities longer before containment efforts begin. By implementing structured incident declaration criteria, organizations ensure that security incidents are detected, classified, and escalated based on predefined impact levels, allowing cybersecurity teams to respond more efficiently and effectively. A well-defined incident declaration framework incorporates automated event severity assessment, risk-based incident categorization, and predefined escalation workflows to ensure that the appropriate stakeholders are notified and involved in the response process. Organizations that deploy real-time incident classification tools, integrate cyber threat intelligence with security event monitoring, and enforce structured response workflows improve their ability to prioritize security threats accurately, contain cyber attacks faster, and ensure regulatory compliance in incident reporting. At the partial tier, organizations lack formalized criteria for declaring security incidents, leading to ad hoc decision-making and inconsistent handling. Security teams may manually assess security alerts without predefined classification rules, resulting in misjudged severity levels and delays in incident escalation. A small business at this level may detect suspicious network activity but fail to classify it as a potential data breach, missing the opportunity to contain the threat before customer information is compromised. At the risk-informed tier, organizations begin to establish formal incident declaration policies, ensuring that cybersecurity teams define security event severity levels and incident classification standards. However, classification and escalation efforts may still be limited, with security teams relying on manual workflows and lacking automation in incident severity assessment. A mid-sized retail company at this level may implement incident declaration policies that categorize security events based on technical impact, but fail to integrate financial and reputational risk considerations into classification criteria. At the repeatable tier, organizations implement a fully structured incident declaration framework, ensuring that security teams classify and escalate incidents based on real-time severity analysis, business impact assessments, and predefined escalation rules. Cybersecurity governance is formalized, with leadership actively involved in defining incident reporting policies, enforcing automated security incident classification tools, and ensuring compliance with regulatory disclosure requirements. A multinational financial institution at this stage may deploy an AI-driven security operations platform that classifies security incidents based on threat intelligence feeds, ensuring that high-risk threats are escalated immediately to executive leadership. At the adapted tier, organizations employ machine learning-driven incident classification models, predictive risk-based incident escalation, and continuous real-time security event triage to proactively assess and declare cybersecurity incidents with precision and accuracy. Incident declaration is fully integrated into enterprise cybersecurity governance, ensuring that security teams use automated risk analysis to classify and escalate incidents dynamically based on evolving cyber threat. A global technology firm at this level may use AI-powered event correlation engines to analyze multiple threat vectors in real time, automatically triggering high-severity incident declarations when coordinated attack patterns are detected. Declaring incidents based on structured criteria aligns with multiple controls in the National Institute of Standards and Technology Special Publication 800-53, ensuring that organizations implement structured incident classification models and proactive cybersecurity incident declaration strategies. One key control is IR-7, incident reporting, which requires organizations to establish standardized processes for classifying, documenting, and reporting cybersecurity incidents to internal and external stakeholders. A healthcare provider implementing this control may use predefined incident declaration criteria to ensure that data breaches involving patient records are reported within the required timeframe, meeting regulatory compliance standards. Another key control is IR-4, incident handling, which mandates that organizations define structured workflows for identifying, escalating, and responding to cybersecurity incidents based on predefined impact levels. A government agency implementing this control may use automated security event classification tools to assign severity levels to cyber threats, ensuring that high-risk incidents are escalated to response teams without delay. Declaring incidents based on structured criteria also aligns with AU-6 Audit Review Analysis and Reporting, which requires organizations to analyze security events, classify incidents accurately, and generate structured reports for security teams, auditors, and regulatory bodies. This control ensures that organizations maintain transparency in security event classification, track trends in incident response effectiveness, and continuously refine incident declaration criteria. A multinational e-commerce company implementing this control may use AI-powered security analytics tools to generate automated incident classification reports, ensuring that cybersecurity teams consistently follow predefined thresholds for escalating security events. These controls can be adapted based on organizational size, industry, and cybersecurity maturity. A small business may implement basic cybersecurity incident declaration policies, ensuring that major security events are manually classified and escalated based on a predefined checklist. A large enterprise may deploy AI-driven incident classification engines, automated severity assessment tools, and real-time security event correlation models to ensure that incident declaration remains continuously refined and aligned with evolving cyber risks. Organizations in highly regulated industries, such as finance, healthcare, and defense, may require legally mandated incident classification frameworks, compliance-driven security event tracking, and structured reporting procedures to align with regulatory requirements. Auditors assess an organization's ability to declare incidents based on structured criteria by reviewing whether documented, consistently enforced, and automated incident declaration frameworks are in place. They evaluate whether organizations implement predefined severity assessment thresholds, enforce structured cybersecurity event classification workflows, and integrate real-time security incident triage into enterprise-wide security governance. If an organization fails to classify and escalate security incidents effectively, auditors may issue findings highlighting gaps in cybersecurity risk management, weak alignment between incident declaration policies and compliance mandates, and failure to integrate structured security event classification strategies into enterprise security frameworks. To verify compliance, auditors seek specific types of evidence. Incident classification policy documentation and structured cybersecurity event reports demonstrate that organizations formally define and enforce security incident declaration standards. Security event severity assessment logs and automated incident classification reports provide insights into whether organizations proactively detect and escalate security threats based on predefined risk thresholds. AI-driven cybersecurity event monitoring dashboards and predictive security analytics show whether organizations effectively track, monitor, and refine incident declaration strategies using real-world attack data and adaptive security controls. A compliance success scenario could involve a global banking institution that undergoes an audit and provides evidence that structured cybersecurity incident declaration strategies are fully integrated into enterprise security governance, ensuring that all security incidents are continuously analyzed, classified, and escalated based on predefined impact levels. Auditors confirm that incident declaration policies are systematically enforced, classification mechanisms are dynamically refined, and enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance frameworks align with structured security event escalation models. In contrast, an organization that fails to implement structured incident declaration frameworks, neglects real-time security incident classification, or lacks formalized severity assessment workflows may receive audit findings for poor cybersecurity risk management, weak incident response effectiveness, and failure to align incident classification strategies with regulatory compliance mandates. Organizations face multiple barriers in ensuring that cybersecurity incident declaration remains continuous and effective. One major challenge is lack of automation in security event classification, where organizations rely on manual processes to assess incident severity, leading to delays in response times and inconsistencies in threat categorization. Another challenge is failure to define clear escalation thresholds, where organizations do not establish structured impact levels for security incidents, resulting in underreported cyber threats or delayed executive-level involvement. A final challenge is difficulty integrating incident declaration policies with external regulatory requirements, where organizations struggle to align their security event classification frameworks with industry compliance mandates and legal reporting obligations. Organizations can overcome these barriers by developing structured cybersecurity incident declaration frameworks, ensuring that security event classification policies remain continuously optimized, and integrating real-time incident escalation models into enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance strategies. Investing in AI-driven incident severity assessment tools, automated security event triage, and predictive cyber risk modeling ensures that organizations dynamically assess, monitor, and refine cybersecurity incident classification strategies in real time. Standardizing cybersecurity incident declaration methodologies across departments, subsidiaries, and external business partners ensures that security event classification policies are consistently applied, reducing exposure to unreported cyber threats while strengthening enterprise-wide cybersecurity resilience. By embedding cybersecurity incident declaration strategies into enterprise risk governance frameworks, organizations enhance security incident awareness, improve regulatory compliance, and ensure sustainable cybersecurity event classification processes across evolving cyber risk landscapes. That wraps up today's discussion on framework. Don't stop here. Head over to cyberauthor.me to explore more cybersecurity topics and discover a best-selling book covering NIST and other critical cyber frameworks. Please like, rate, and review this episode on Apple and Spotify. Until next time, remember that knowledge is power.